Hello and welcome to today's video, and today I'm going to be counting down my top 10 personal best rides and attractions at Chessington World of Adventures. And if you want to find out what my number one ride in the whole park is, then watch this video until the end. But without any further delay, let's start the countdown, starting with number 10. So at number 10 we have Tomb Blaster. Now this is a Mack Rides interactive shooting dark ride located in the Forbidden Kingdom area. It has had several names and themes throughout its lifetime. But it's currently known as Tomb Blaster, and it's a decent little dark ride. The interactivity element of it is probably the biggest selling point of it, where you get to use like a laser gun to shoot targets around like a sort of like ancient temple in the middle of like ancient Egyptian temple, which is haunted by like, this ancient spirit. I don't know what his name is. And he sort of reawakens and you have to stop him. And it's a pretty decent ride, but I think over the years as it's operated, you can clearly see you can tell it's aged quite a bit. Even though it had like a refurbishment a few years ago, it's still, you can tell it's definitely an older attraction. Now what I think would probably make this ride better, and will probably bring it further up on the list, is if it had like a Curse Alton Manor style refurbishment, where they got rid of the laser guns, made it interested into a traditional dark ride, a fully immersive experience, and added a whole new theming and special effects, much more modern theming and special effects. That would make it a lot better in my opinion. But yeah, overall Tomb Blaster is my number 10 attraction, and now let's move on to number 9. So coming in at number 9 we have Rattlesnake, located in Mexicana. And this is a Mack Rides Wild Mouse and is the current oldest operating roller coaster at Chessington. Now, this ride, for what it is, it's a wild mouse. It offers a pretty thrilling experience, actually, compared to, considering it's only like a little family coaster. Each turn you take, all those sharp corners are actually quite forceful. They are kind of rough. I mean, that's to be expected on wild mice. But yeah, they are taken very suddenly, and it actually can catch you off guard with how sharply those corners are took. And the drops as well. The drops are only small, but they're very steep and very sudden. And that's what I like about this ride. The actual sort of intensity of it, considering it's only like a family coaster, is actually quite surprising. There are better coasters at the park that offer more variety with their intensity, but I think this is why I've ranked Rattlesnake as number 9. So at number 8 we have Mamba Strike, located in the most recent new land at the park, World of Jumanji. And this attraction opened in 2023 alongside Ostrich Stampede and Mandrill Mayhem. It's an SBF Visa Miami dance attraction. And in terms of experience, it's vaguely similar to, I think the best comparison I have for this is Quantum at Thorpe Park, but you're facing sideways rather than forward or backwards. And it's a really fun experience. You get some pretty decent pops of airtime as you're going over the highest point of the attraction and back down. It's really pretty well themed. I mean, you'd expect it to be, with it being a relatively new attraction. And yeah, I'd definitely say it's one of the better flat rides in the park, I'd say. The park, Chessington, has gotten like a number of different flat rides over the years, especially more recently with like the additions of World Jumanji and, you know, Shipwreck Coast, and also the upcoming Paw Patrol land and the rumoured Minecraft land. But I think this has got to be probably one of the more mandatory flat rides that you do if you go into Chessington and if you're experiencing World of Jumanji. So yes, Mamba Strike is at number 8, and now let's move on to number 7. So number 7 brings us to Blue Barnacle, located in Shipwreck Coast. Now this is a Huss Rides pirate ship attraction that was originally known as Black Buccaneer, but in 2023, or is it 2020, around that time, it got renamed and rethemed to the Blue Barnacle. And 2022, it got like all sort of add new theming around it to fit with the brand new, at the time, Shipwreck Coast area. And it's a really good attraction. You can never go wrong with like a classic pirate ship attraction. You get some great pops of airtime as you're swinging back and forth. You know, it's a really fun experience, fun for the whole family. And also got some great theming around the queue line, and also some really nice animal interactions as well, because as part of the whole Shipwreck Coast edition, they added ghosts to the queue line for Blue Barnacle. I'm not even joking. And that was a pretty nice addition to the queue line. Added much more immersion to it, if that makes any sense. Yeah, classic pirate ship rides. I would definitely recommend it on your next visit to Chessington. So at number 6 we have Cobra, located in the Wild Asia area of the park. Now this ride technically currently isn't operating at Chessington, but it will reopen in 2027 in a slightly new location in that area with a whole new name and theme. So it won't be known as Cobra in a couple of years time, but I'm just going to name it Cobra for the sake of this video, just to make it easy. It's a Zamperla disco attraction, and I honestly love these kind of rides. It's all dependent on where you're sitting on the ride, because it spins 360 degrees and the seats are facing basically all directions. And as you're swinging back and forth while spinning at the same time, when you get to near the top of both ends of the spikes, it offers like a great experience of, you never know if you're gonna sort of go over the top of it, and that creates a great sense of excitement as you're going along the attraction. Not to mention when you go over the little airtime hill in the middle, you can actually get some pretty decent flow to airtime going over that hill, and that's what I like about these Zamperla discos, and Cobra is no exception. Now I'm sure this ride will still offer that same great experience when it reopens in 2027 in this new themed land that it's going in, which is rumoured to be themed around Minecraft. So yeah, I can't wait to get on this ride again in its new form in a couple of years time. So at number 5 we have Tiger Rock, located in the Land of the Tiger area. Now this ride was actually originally known as Dragon Falls, but in 2018 it was part of the Land of the Dragons area, same area that Dragon's Fury is located in. But in 2018 they rethemed it and renamed it to Tiger Rock and put it in its own themed land known as the Land of the Tiger. And it's a Mack rides log flume, and honestly, much like the pirate ship, log flumes are a staple attraction for any theme park. You can never go wrong with a good log flume. The best parts are obviously the 2 drops. Now the first drop is quite a small drop, it's about 15-20 feet high, roughly. And then there's a second drop at the highest point, which I believe is about 50 feet, going underneath that tiger rock statue that's shaped like a tiger's head, and it's a really cool photo opportunity, and it also creates a pretty decent splash which can actually get you pretty wet depending on where you sit. So if you're riding this and it's like a rainy day, then I definitely recommend bringing a poncho. But yeah, and it's also got some nice landscaping around it as well. It definitely feels like you're on a boat sailing through some sort of jungle, and it's a really cool atmosphere around that whole area. And yeah, Tiger Rock, I think it's personally the best water ride on park, and I hope they keep this attraction for years to come. So at number 4 we have Croc Drop, located in Forbidden Kingdom. Now this is an SBF Visa drop tower that opened back in 2021, and I've been riding this thing since its opening year. And I must say, Croc Drop is, much like a lot of the newer rides opening at Chessington, it's all about the presentation and the immersive experience of it. It's got a full-on story, it's got incredible theming, especially with that crocodile structure that surrounds the whole attraction. That is definitely the most striking part of it. You get taken, literally right from when you start entering the station, you get taken on this story that's actually a pretty unique story. And the whole ride experience, it's so immersive, the smoke effects that it has are pretty good, and the ride audio that's synchronized with the experience is pretty cool as well. Now it is only a small little drop tower, I think it's about 80 foot tall, and the drops themselves aren't particularly forceful, so it's a good sort of first sort of big large scale drop tower for families, I guess. It's definitely sort of the next step up from Frog Hoppers, before the larger drop towers like Detonator or something like that. So yeah, it's a pretty good ride with a great story and great immersion all round. So we're now at number 3, and at number 3 we have Vampire, located in the Wild Woods area of the park. Now Vampire is an aerodynamic suspended coaster that opened in 1990, designed by the legendary John Wardley, and this attraction, it is such an iconic ride, and it offers such a fun and intense experience throughout the whole. You're flying through a forest, completely dangling from the the trains, because it's a suspended coaster, and even though originally it had traditional suspended coaster trains, in 2001 I believe they changed the trains to floorless trains from Vekoma, and it makes it much more exciting and thrilling because you've not got anything beneath you, and you're sort of swinging side to side as you're going around each corner, each turn, and it's quite a fast ride as well. It's only about 45 miles an hour, but it feels pretty fast for what it is because you're flying through this sort of dense forest, and also the theming inside the station is pretty good, with the best part of the theming definitely being the Dracula animatronic in the queue line playing the piano. That is definitely like the best bit of theming around Vampire, and also the blood waterfalls near the entrance. That is definitely a highlight piece of theming around Vampire, and that's why I love this ride so much. I hope the future of this ride is secure. It's 35 years old, but hopefully it'll still be around for a little longer while for more of us to experience it in years to come. So at number 2 we have Dragon's Fury. Now Dragon's Fury is a Maura spinning coaster that first opened in 2004, same year as Spinball Wizard, which is another Maura spinning coaster that opened at Alton Towers. This is definitely the better out of the two Maura spinners, mainly because I think it's a slightly longer layout than Spinball Wizard. It's probably more intense. It's got some more wacky elements to it. It's generally a much more fun experience. Plus, it's smoother than Spinball Wizard. Yeah, it's quite forceful experience. Like, remember, you've got all these really wacky and sort of intense elements. Bear in mind, all the coasters at Chessington really are family coasters, but then some of them, especially like the top 3, have got like these thrill elements to them. And Dragon's Fury is no exception. You've literally got that first drop going over after the lift hill, and then you're straight into like an overbanked turn, and then it's all pretty much crazy because you're spinning 360 degrees at the same time while all this is happening, and it's pure fun, pure chaos, and I love it so much. It's honestly one of the best rides at the park, and it was at one point the very best ride at Chessington up until recently, and I'll get into that in a moment. But if you want to find out what number 1 is, and if you want to see more videos just like this, then make sure to like and subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you do not miss a single video. But for now, on to number 1. So at number 1 we have Mandrill Mayhem, located in the World of Jumanji area. And now this is honestly the best ride that Chessington have built, in my opinion. It's a B&M wing coaster, but it's a very unique wing coaster. It's a shuttle coaster featuring 2 multi-pass LSM launchers. Even though it has only 2 physical track launchers, it actually launches you 4 times, two times forwards and 2 times backwards. And it's such a fun little ride. It's also the only roller coaster and only ride at Chessington to feature an inversion. And because it goes through that same inversion twice, it technically has 2. It's the 0G roll going over the entrance portal for land, and it's honestly one of the best like interactive elements in the park. That and including the helix going around the Jaguar statue, which is the centerpiece of the whole area. And yeah, it's such a fun experience because it's a wing coaster. You can literally sit on the left side, the right side, and also at the very back where it's facing backwards. It's a completely different experience depending on where you sit. The launches themselves are quite fast as well, especially that first one, where if you've not been on the ride before and you don't know what to expect, you just assume it's going to launch forward, but it doesn't. It launches literally backwards first thing into that beyond vertical spike, which if you're sitting on the back row facing backwards, that backwards spike is actually pretty steep. And yeah, it's such a fun experience, and that feeling when you just get to the top of the helix and you're just sort of dangling on one side, it's such a strange feeling. It's so disorientating, and I actually love this ride. And not to mention all the theming around the area as well. It's basically sort of wrapped around the whole World of Jumanji area, and also the 2 other supporting flat rides, Mamba Strike and Ostrich Stampede. And there's so much intricate theming throughout that whole area that it really sort of adds to the whole experience, and that's why I love this ride so much. It has pretty much everything you can want out of a good family coaster. You know, really good theming, fun elements that are unique to the park. You know, what's not to love about Mandrill Mayhem, honestly. So yeah, that is it for this video, my top 10 best rides at Chessington. What are your 10 best rides at the park? Let me know in the comments below. But I want to thank you all very much for watching this video, and if you've enjoyed it then please make sure to like and subscribe, and comment what you would like to see in the next video. Goodbye.